So we just wanted to share something that had happened today. We kind of want to share these beautiful things that happen throughout the day and how they are, I think, the best moment to share these are right after they've happened, because it's just, it doesn't matter how many times something like this happens, it's just as impactful. And so I think it just showed us so much growth and so much freedom so far that we've come from just this bondage of fear. So anyway, so we were sitting at the bus stop,
going to the gym.
Yep, prepared to go to the gym. We had plans to go to the gym, and we've already learned that sometimes, many times, our plans, God is teaching us how to live spontaneously. So even if we set plans and they lead us to do another thing, go another route, it is completely normal now. We don't fight it. We literally go with the spirit. We go with the wind. So
the bus was quite a bit late.
Yep.
And it's opposite the Buddhist center.
Yep. Now the Buddhist center we've kind of seen.
Well, it's right at the bus stop, so we've seen it a bit.
Yep. And
and for the first time ever, there were cars there.
Yes.
Like there've never been cars.
Yep.
And you were like, what about we go over there and check out what it's all about?
Yeah, it was like, if the bus doesn't come by a specific time, it's almost like, God, lead the way, take the wheel, you know. And this is just so natural to us now that it wouldn't surprise us if that was where they're leading us, right? So we end up realizing that the bus is delayed, and this is actually what we're supposed to do. And so we went in there. They just so happened to be having
like
a service.
It was a free speech.
Yep, some kind of conference. Yeah.
Yeah, the people were talking about their experiences, and it was very similar to what we've been through.
Yep.
Which was really weird.
Yeah.
So then they invited us, what was it, half an hour later?
Yeah.
It was a beginner introductory.
Buddhist 101. Yeah.
So we decided to go to that.
Yeah. And I kind of want to share a couple thoughts before we got to that, some of the things that I was kind of dealing with in my head. So we sit at the back of the, their service, their conference room or whatever, where they're sharing testimonies. This is just the lingo that we would use. The structure is very similar to Christian church. And I realize I'm sitting in the back and I'm just thanking God. I'm thanking God at how free I am and how much peace I have to be sitting next to my partner in a Buddhist temple, listening to people's experiences and knowing that God sent us in here. Let's experience this. Let's see. Let's learn. Let's seek. The truth can be found. God can reveal himself. Mother can reveal herself. Jesus can reveal themselves through anything. And one of the big things that they have showed me is that no religion has it all correct. He wants us to be united. No single person has all of the knowledge in the world. No single person. That's why he brings us together, because there is a humbling aspect, something that has to come from within us to humble ourselves, to know that if we want truth, we need each other. This is the uniting. So,
yeah, well, if there's one God with one truth, and all of these religions or whatever you want to call it have got to have that one truth.
Yep.
So they've all got to be similar.
Yeah.
Have to be.
And it's almost like one has a gold treasure, and the other one has another part that goes to the full picture. It's like, although they were super, okay, so we'll get into that after. There's so many similarities. It's just, how would we ever have known that if we didn't step foot into this church? And how advanced, how God has literally taught us these things that much of the Buddhist culture is teaching. So, okay, so now I'll hold off. So when they re-invited us, what did you kind of get from that vibe? It was just about 10 of us sitting in a circle. Buddhist 101 was the lesson, right? And what did you think, like even just sitting there, or like?
Yeah, they were all on the same path that we've been lately. Just they're all trying to awaken to this, what they call the Buddha nature, which is the awakened one, or God inside of you. And they're trying to listen to the messages that's happening around them, and it's very similar to the path we're on.
Yes, it was crazy how similar, and also the differences, right? Because we have God within us, like we're able to see, they're under this cause effect, very much like karma. This karma, that's their the law, the mystic law that they go by, which is very much like our reaping sowing. You reap what you sow. And so that God showed us that it was like, look at how far beyond, when you are walking in sonship, you realize that it is, you do not no longer have to strive for God's love, or strive for the blessings that are yours, or strive to know your purpose, and to know these normal things that a creature wants to know from their creator. You realize that you have an inheritance, and inheritance is left to the child. There is nothing the child has to do other than the person who is leaving that inheritance to die, right? Jesus left an inheritance for us. He was the first fruit of this sonship, the first begotten son, the only begotten son of God. And then we are the first fruits that come with this awakening. He led the way. So in their reaping, sowing, we even were able to see, okay, we're able to divide these things, right? Discern, that God has taken us past that. But how we were able to come together, and one of the big things is they are seeking to unite one another. They're not stuck on the differences, right? Oh, you can't be here because you're from a Christian background, or whatever. That acceptance, that unity is what God desires of us. That's what he's bringing out, right? This inner transformation, they speak on that. What does this awakening do? It's not just awakening and you start walking in power. You have to go through deep transition, deep healing. And God brings to light this essence of who you always have been. It's just you become aware, right? So then you're able to shed the light out into the world. There's so many similarities.
One person at a time.
Yes.
We're trying to create like the kingdom of heaven on earth.
Yep.
But one person at a time.
Yes.
Always, everyone's got to try and awaken.
Yep.
And that's what we believe.
Yes, and so we're both actually in complete awe that we were able, it really sparked this, and also recognizing that we are a light wherever we go. We could totally go into any type of scenario or situation, and just desire to know the people, just desire to know, hey, what do you guys, it's totally childlike, but with this wisdom and this knowing that God has sent you there, and there are no fears. And literally, I would have never done this. I would have never even been able to experience this, because you would not have found either of us in a Buddhist well, at least, I don't know. I can't speak for you. Yeah, so it's not something that would have been possible with my little mind before, where I was in this structure, right?
Yeah.
In this limit. I had God in this box, and I was in the box with God. So it's like, it was incredible. I was really in awe at how, and then I hear, like just Mother just telling me, experience this. Just experience it. Be free to experience whatever situation you're in. Without fears, without limitations, without fear of being deceived. And you have God inside of you, the living temple, the new kingdom, as he's saying. How is it going to happen? You know how even some of the basic organizations that talk about bringing in this green earth and trying to fix the earth, what do they say? It starts with you, right? So then you start to recycle and that's really where it kind of impacted me. Where does change come? You have to come from you first, right? How is God going to bring in this new earth? He's awakening us one by one. That is exactly how the earth, he's uniting our minds. The conscious mind is being awakened. Your essence is being awakened, aware to who you truly are and have always been. And so we're being taken out of this delusion and illusion of separation from God, which is awakening us to this complete freedom and peace and love, that we are in the hands of God to experience this life. However that looks, it was incredible. It sparked a fire in us, like just to know we were this free and how far we've come, that even another religion, and another thing was also, I always get super excited and I start talking too much, and how this religion, it's not about going from, although I've been deconstructed and I realized the limitations that Christianity had on my spirit, the time of my awakening had come, and this spiritual, it was inside of me and I needed answers. These things were happening, and Christianity wasn't giving it to me because it was limited. So then God took me out, began to teach me themselves, and here we are in another church, another type of religion, and they're actually talking about the things that we had already gone through in this awakening. Yeah, confirming the things that we had been taught by who? No man, but the Spirit within us. God himself, Father, Mother, Son, the fullness of God, teaching us these things where we've been, it was totally
opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was there that we were just and also being able to know the differences. Like, they believe in this karma. You have to do good to kind of outweigh or pay for the bad things that you've done. And if you know, this is why God says, test everything with my character, even the scriptures. That's where it started. So if I test everything with the character of God, the God that I know, the Father, the Mother, the Son that I know, holds nothing against me. The blood has paid for that. Jesus has, when you have this confidence, right? I know Jesus is real. I know I commune with Mother, Father, Jesus throughout the majority right now. It's Mother. Mother has surfaced herself. I'm healing through traumas from childhood, from my mother. So right now it's Mother. Mother is the face that I see in this process, this season of my life. But I lost my train of thought. What was that? Do you remember? You take over. Oh, being able to see that that's not the love of God. That wasn't to test it with the character of God, right?
Well, the karma.
Yeah. Like, even knowing that my sins, I don't have to do good now to outweigh my sins or to pay for those sins, that in the next life I will come back blessed. I know that it is paid for. I know the grace and the forgiveness has been implemented, because the mercy. So it's almost like even the dividing of what's true and what's not true, being able to see that was really powerful too. Knowing how deeply they are embedded in our nature. Like, there is no me without God. Like, woke up in the morning, super emotional morning for me, and it was just like incredible. This just brought, like,
it's like what you needed.
It rejuvenated. I think both of us, you're obviously, you're a lot quieter, but it rejuvenated us. Like, it just, life, to see what they're doing. Sometimes we're going forward and we don't look back, and then these are those moments where God shows us, like, wow, look at how far we've come.
Yeah, it was an eye-opener in that respect.
Yeah.
How far we've come.
Yeah.
Yeah. The similarities, just crazy.
Yeah. What are some of the similarities that you
Let me see. Just just seeing signs. They talked about good things, almost like how we spoke about the red carpet.
Oh yeah.
How just doors opening and things really easy.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, they spoke about changing suffering into good things.
Yep.
Sort of like changing water into wine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. It was so good. Well, we wanted to share that with you guys, and you know, because it really is. This is it's unbelievable. It's just every single time, every single day, we are left in awe. No one can rip this from us. No one can rip us from the palm of their hands. That's how embedded. It's like, oh man, if you just knew how much you are loved, how much you are cared for, how everything you need is already within you. Everything, every question and answer is already within you. It's huge. It's beautiful when it's played out like this, you know. It's so incredible. All right, God bless you. You have any more?
No.
Bye.
Bye.